yesterday you kind of challenged lawmakers who talked about fraud and overspending to come forward and say, this is where fraud is, this is where overspending is. Do you actually expect anyone to come forward?
Well, you know, politicians like to win. And they like to be liked. And they like to show something for their efforts. There may not be anything that the public would embrace more than rooting out every bit of fraud or waste that could be found. So Republicans and Democrats, senators, representatives, governors, and secretaries of state are all of one mind. Where there's fraud, where there's abuse, let's call it to people's attention and try to correct the problem. You saw that with cars. That wasn't necessarily fraud, but there was obviously some abuse. And in the big scheme of things, though, there's a lot being changed in that regard. In the big scheme of things, money-wise, it won't pay for, percentage-wise, I'm not sure what it would affect, actual bottom line dollars. But that's an example. People bring stuff up. In that case, it was your newspaper that first, well, it's actually the land commissioner. But after the land commissioner, it was your newspaper. Come on now, that's, y'all can laugh about it.
It would have been funny.
So to answer the question, yes, I hope people come forward anytime they spot. We do. When we see it, and does it go on? Of course. In an organization as big as this, there's going to be people that don't do it right, or there are going to be people that take advantage of folks. And when you find that, you try to change it. I never will forget that one of my first days in office back in '07, when it came to, I don't want to call it fraud, but some people have. But the suggestion that we were spending the same amount of money for institutionalization of certain kids in the human service and therapeutic behavioral health arena that Ohio was, with 5 or 6 times the population, that there was something wrong. And we changed that. And that's an example. Incrementally, every little bit you can do like that, it does that. Yes, somebody had a question way back.
Have you met with the Lieutenant Governor elect since the election, and have you had any?
No.
Where are you guys in terms of his idea of an online checkbook? Do you?
Yeah, it's fine with me if I mean, transparency.
Do you guys have any estimates on how much it costs?
I don't. No, I don't. We'll have to see his specific proposal, and then I'll run it by DF&A and ask them to do an analysis of what it costs. And if it's cost effective and not cost prohibitive, and if it's something that makes sense, then fine.
Supporters of this idea kind of, they use the rhetoric that it's going to help people find waste and abuse in the state government. Do you believe that?
Everything that creates transparency helps the world check and balance what people are doing in government. And if somebody's doing something wrong, then this helps catch someone. Is it going to be a big, earth-shaking tidal wave of change?